Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and
Off we go! Lively Lewis Stories!
There was one more triangle-shaped piece to add to the castle Ivy and Levi were building together. They had used every single magnetile in the bin and spent almost the whole morning building a giant castle. The tall tower of the castle was almost finished, and then their masterpiece would be complete. They couldn't wait to show their mom and dad. "Here you go," Levi offered, handing the magnetile to Ivy. "You can put the last piece on the roof of the tower." The castle was so tall, Ivy had to stand up to reach to the top. In the process, her foot accidentally kicked the bottom of the castle, causing it to come crashing down to the floor. "Oh no!" Ivy exclaimed. "I'm so sorry, Levi. Our castle is broken." Levi looked at the scattered pieces in disbelief. All their hard work was ruined. Feeling super bummed, Levi folded his arms across his chest and frowned. He wanted to lash out at Ivy and say something mean. But when he really stopped to think about it, he realized it truly was an accident and could happen to anyone. Finally, he mumbled, "It's okay, Ivy. Maybe we can build another castle some other day." With that, Levi went to play with his new soccer ball, needing to be alone and get some of his frustration out. He learned that going outside, getting some fresh air, and using up some of his pent-up energy really helped with feeling angry or upset. Feeling sad, Ivy went to her room to find something else to do. Before long, she was happily playing with her Barbie dream house, having forgot all about the magnetile castle. First, she had one Barbie doll slide down the slippery slide into the pool. Splash! She did this a few more times, pretending she was at a pool party. Then, she had another Barbie ride up the elevator to the very top of the dream house. Ivy pretended her Barbies were having a tea party. She set up the tiny dishes on the tiny little table and carefully set her dolls in place. A few moments later, Levi came into the room with his soccer ball in hand. "What are you doing, Ivy?" he asked, using his knees to bump the soccer ball up and down. He was getting quite good at juggling the ball. "I'm having a tea party," Ivy announced. Suddenly, Levi lost control of the ball and it bounced into the Barbie dream house. Crash! The entire house was knocked over, spilling the water from the pool and ruining the tea party Ivy had so carefully set up. "Levi!" she yelled. "Look what you did!" Instantly, Levi's face turned red when he saw what he'd done. He ran to retrieve his ball and tried to help her pick up the dream house. "I'm sorry, Ivy. It was an accident." "Get out!" Ivy screamed. "I don't need your help. You ruined everything." "But, Ivy," Levi tried to say, "I didn't mean to." However, Ivy was just so upset, she wouldn't accept her brother's apology. In fact, she kicked Levi out of her room and told him to never come back. Sadly, Levi took his ball and went outside to play. Ivy managed to set up her Barbie dream house again and spent the afternoon alone in her room. It took a long time for her anger to subside. Every time she thought about Levi, she felt mad all over again. Slowly, the sun began to set and Ivy got bored playing with Barbies. She went to find her brother to see if he wanted to play a board game. "Nah," Levi said. "I don't feel like playing a game." "Come on, Levi," Ivy insisted. "It'll be fun." "No thanks," Levi replied. He still felt hurt at how Ivy had treated him before. "If you won't play a game, I'm telling Mom," Ivy announced, running from the room. Levi followed his sister into the living room. He heard Ivy saying, "Levi won't play a board game with me, and it's not fair." When his mom turned to him, Levi explained his side of the story. "This morning, me and Ivy built a castle out of magnetiles. Ivy accidentally kicked it with her foot and it fell down. I forgave her, even though I was mad. But when I accidentally knocked her Barbie dream house over, she yelled at me to go away. That wasn't fair, Mom. It really hurt my feelings. That's why I don't want to play a board game with her." The children's mom listened carefully to both sides. Then she pulled them close and said, "Have you two ever heard of the golden rule?" Both kids thought about it for a moment and then shook their heads no. Well, their mom continued, the golden rule says to treat others kindly, the same way you would like to be treated. It goes like this: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The kids repeated the golden rule aloud. Then Ivy said, since I want to play a board game, I think Levi should want to play too. Ivy's mom smiled. That's not quite what the golden rule means. It's okay that Levi doesn't want to play the game right now. And as long as he treats you kindly, he doesn't have to play every time you ask. Then it was Levi's turn to respond. I was nice to Ivy when she kicked the castle over, even though I was bummed about it. She should have to be nice to me when I accidentally knocked over her Barbie dream house. That's right, their mother said gently. Do you see Levi's point, Ivy? I guess so, she replied. A bit of grace goes a long way, their mother said. When someone gives you grace for making a mistake, it's important for you to offer grace when they make a mistake. Does that make sense? Ivy nodded, finally understanding what her mom was trying to say. She stood up and hugged Levi and said, I'm sorry for getting so mad. I know you didn't mean to knock over my dream house. Levi hugged his sister back, picking her up off the floor and swinging her around until she giggled. It's okay, sis. I forgive you. Now, what board game do you want to play? Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea and your kid's name, for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Come back